I'm just recording this video, again, a bit of a different one, just to kind of explain something really important that I've learned when trying to scale my agency. So right now, we're sitting at the stage where, we're booking 30, 40 appointments a month. Service delivery is going kind of fine, but the main bottleneck has been closing. And, I've recently invested in myself, essentially a sales training program from a guy that's closed, millions of dollars in high ticket sales. Some of the best processes for sales that I found that I've invested in myself. So soon we're going to be at a 15, 20, 30% conversion rate. And there's something extremely important that I've learned throughout this period that I kind of learned from him as well, and I want to share it with you guys because it has really important implications for your agency or your consulting business. If you're in this high ticket B2B space at all, you're serving local businesses, whether you're in e-com, whether you're in B2B yourself, sales is the most important thing. Like actual high ticket sales, selling someone over a call, over a 45, 60-minute call off a cold lead. So if you haven't noticed already, hopefully you have, AI is taking over appointment setting. So at least for us, when it comes to appointment setting, everything we do is essentially AI. So our lead sourcing and enrichment is AI. Our drafting cold email copy was AI, the one that allowed us to have a 1% appointment booking rate, booking one call of every 100 emails. There's AI appointment setters coming into the space, which are going to make appointment setting completely just gone. All these other things like AI reply agents, very soon, in a couple of 1 or 2 years, we're reaching to the stage where everything about appointment booking is going to be automated. And this is not a bad thing if you know what I'm about to tell you now. Because if you know that, you'll know that all the appointment stuff is becoming commoditized. But sales is something that cannot be AI-ified, let's say. So you need to essentially be really good at sales or you're cooked in this space. And it's something that we recently learned, my business partner, because it doesn't really matter how many appointments you're booking. If we're booking 30 calls a month or if we're booking 60 or 90, but the conversion rate is horrible, we don't have a business. So neither does anyone else. So if these businesses are closing machines that constantly need to be taking on more clients, even if you're delivering really good results for clients, a few testimonials here and there isn't going to save your business, isn't going to increase your conversion rate. People need confidence, conviction. You need to run a proper sales process on people, discovery, pitch, proper process for objection handling, for transferring conviction, for getting high ticket deals up front paid on the first call. If you can't do that, it's seriously problematic because, like I said, if you're booking 60 appointments a month but you're converting at 5%, that's not a scalable business. But if you're only booking 10 calls a month but you're closing at 30 to 40%, that's a 5-figure a month business. That's a sustainable business in this space. In this market, these businesses are closing machines. It's only become more and more like that. Whether it's done for you, whether it's done with you, whether it's info, it's only going to be more like that because AI, like I said, is going to take over appointment booking. So when it comes to us and for you guys, like this is the model that's going to work. Not necessarily information marketing, the classic info model, that is going to die because so many things people can just go to AI for instead of buying a high ticket course that wasn't even worth the money anyway. So everything AI can do is going to help us book appointments. But if you're not good at sales, you're cooked. And so the model that's going to work is actually a done for you, done with you model where you charge clients a ton to implement AI for them. So it's like that classic thing. You're like, instead of digging for the gold, you're giving people a shovel to dig for the gold in this AI generation, in this AI kind of generation, let's say with marketing, with sales, with setting appointments. But sales is not going to be taken over by AI. You actually need to know how to convert at 30, 40% consistently or you don't have a business. And so for us, appointment booking is going to be automated very soon completely. So that's just scalable. So you can book 60, you can book as many calls as you like with that. And then because we've invested ourselves in sales, it's going to be 20, 30% conversion rate. And then service delivery, we can keep done for you, done with you, charge more, which is what I'm suggesting everyone else to do. And also, I'll preface this by saying, like, we're implementing this right now, and I've learned this recently from a mentor that's that's closed like $2 million in sales. I've bought from him, and he actually opened my eyes with this stuff. So, a done for you, done with you, scalable model, because you're personally responsible for the results, you can charge more. But then also, that's all automated, so it's completely scalable, and then all that's left is to help your clients close deals. So getting your clients appointments is only 10% of them actually being happy with the service, because we all know if they're getting appointments but not closing, it's a nightmare. There's going to be chargeback, there's going to be refund requests, there's going to be a complete nightmare. So where the leverage for you is for your own revenue, for your own front end, And, something we've learned recently, if we convert it even 20-30%, the appointments don't even matter that much, because even if there's a slow month where it's 10 to 20 calls, if the conversion rate, as long as the leads are qualified, the conversion rate is 20% at least, you're still a 5-figure a month. You're still at 20-30K a month no matter what. Even if your service isn't that good and you're still iterating the service. If your service is extremely good, like I said, a few testimonials ain't going to really help that. So either way you look at it, when the back end or the front end in terms of appointments or service delivery, you still need to focus on the sales. Transferring conviction to someone, actually selling them with a proper sales process, which a lot of these info space kind of gurus, they don't sell. They teach you how to set appointments, but then you don't get enough personalized help for sales. So my recommendation would be, you need to invest in one-on-one, or at least coaching done with you, kind of with coaching calls, especially on how to close high ticket deals, preferably from someone that's closed millions of dollars of deals in sales and knows what they're doing. Because all that's left to do at that point is, no matter what niche you're in, let's say you're in a local business niche. So you figure out you're using AI call centers, you're using all of the AI stuff to set appointments for yourself. You're now got a good conversion rate, so you're going to close clients as well. You're going to implement a scalable system for them that's also run by AI to get them a ton of appointments. And then all that's left to add to your service is you just add a sales training course, sales coaching course, using the process that you learned to teach them as well. And you've just got unlimited money in this space. Like, if you don't have that, these business models are going to die. So like, the info stuff is not going to be, it's going to be totally commoditized in a few years. There'll still always be exceptions to the rule. Like, if there's good info courses that teach about sales as well, like, they'll still be there. But the people realizing they can just go to AI, they can watch free content to figure out how to set appointments for themselves, to figure out how to use AI to source leads, to enrich for leads, to increase show up rates, all these things that AI is able to do. Like, a website can be built in 10 seconds on Shopify that's better than what someone would spend 3 weeks doing. And that's not even a joke anymore. This is not something to fear if you kind of know what I've recently learned, which is, honestly, I'm really grateful that I have this new perspective, because we all think about going into info and being more scalable in the end. Like, you do done for you for a while, then you do done with you, then you do it yourself. But you can keep it done for you, done with you, because AI allows us to automate so many parts of the business that all you need to do is be a closing machine. These businesses are closing machines. That's what, like, the mentor that I'm learning from has told me. And that really clicked with me, because, like I said, 10 calls booked a month, but 40% conversion rate, charging 6K, that's still huge business in this space compared to what everyone else is doing. And sales is it's not going to be some AI voice bot that sells some guy from the US over a 60-minute call. No one's going to buy from an AI bot. I mean, at least I hope not. Because if that's the case, then we're finished. So like, this whole business model is dead. Like, we might as well go back to 9 to 5 and just bake cookies for a living. Like, there's nothing else to do. If there's no sales anymore, it's all just commoditized at that point. And so then I guess the only way would be figuring out how to sell the shovels to people to help them do that with AI, which is always going to be a thing. But in terms of sales, that's always going to be a really important skill. And sales is a skill. Like, sales is actually a skill. The rest of it's just like consume information and brute force it and figure it out. You can't just like brute force sales. You have to have a process. You have to know what you're doing. I guess the main point of this video is focus on sales, automate all your appointment booking. Like I said, get good at sales, automate your appointment booking for clients. And then once you've scaled a bit more, some of them won't be able to convert that well, the leads that they are getting. And so you also help them with sales. And then you've got this flywheel that just makes a ton of money. Especially for us, I'm projecting that it would do that. Obviously, God willing, but I think you can get to multi 6 figures, 7 figures with this model, because, it's just a flywheel. Like, even if you're in a local business niche, you're helping, med spas, let's say. You automate your own appointment booking. You're really good at sales. You get these people on board for a high ticket price. You automate their appointment booking, and then you help them convert based on, the adaptations to their specific niche, their offer that they're running. The only other thing that's kind of important is an offer creation is never really going to be AI. Like, you can use AI to help you, but at the end of the day, offers always got to be unique, specific, tangible. You don't need guarantees anymore. No one believes guarantees. No one cares about guarantees. They sometimes help for, band-aids and kind of an add-on when you're hopping on sales calls. But like, there was so long, we had a guarantee. Prospects didn't care about the guarantee. Like, they care about getting pitched something that's customized to them, like me or, the salesperson having conviction, being able to take them through this process with authority and leadership on the first call so they can close. Like, that's the only other thing. So a good offer be really good at sales and automate everything else, and you can get to multi 6 or 7 figures. And so, God willing, when I come back to this video, hopefully we are at the stage where, you know, I actually applied what I'm saying right now, which we are, because we've got this mentor for sales. But it's just kind of me yapping about what I know or what I think based on, you know, what I've been learning is going to work in terms of being able to scale, keeping done for you, done with you, but with a very good conversion rate. It's manageable. And so you don't need to worry about appointments that much, because even if you're booking, like I said, 10 calls, you're closing at 30%, that's still a fine business. So just focus on sales, invest in a sales coaching program, spend 10K, spend 20K on sales coaching from someone who knows what they're doing, who's been through the game, and you'll be fine, because sales is, like I said, a skill. The rest of it can all be automated. So those are just my thoughts about, you know, these models, these business models that we're all running, and, you know, what's allowed us to essentially make scaling to 5-figure months quite easy. And so it's only going to get more from there, because once we can just then reinvest in appointment setting, because more automations, more mailboxes for cold email, more LinkedIn accounts, whatever. And then it's just a flywheel. So just implement what I've said, I guess that's it for this video. I will also be recording all the stuff on my channel is actually helping you implement AI in all your appointment booking. So check out my channel for how to automate appointment booking for yourself, but not in the way that's like guru, you know, small little AI courses that don't really help and are like cookie cutter scripts and cookie cutter processes. This is literally from A to Z, granular detail, where AI is useful, where you need to think, where you need to be managing the system, and exactly what you need to do for cold email, cold DM to set appointments for yourself. And so that's what the videos on my channel are already for, and there'll be more coming, and there will be soon sales stuff as well. So there'll be free content coming on how to increase your conversion rate as well. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.